Prabhu. I think we can go ahead start, Prabhu. For past 2 years, Arivenu Prabhu, the same thing on Friday evening. I think we can go ahead start, Prabhu. Seva is our shelter. Our shelter.
Start, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. So, Bhagavata Pravaham, dear devotees, Bhagavata Pravaham. Where are we now? We have seen the overview of Bhagavatam, heard the overview of Bhagavatam, and then how Bhagavatam is Lord Krishna himself, that we have heard, and then the whole Bhagavatam just in 1 hour that we have heard. After that, the first canto, second canto, third canto, fourth canto, fifth canto, sixth canto, seventh canto, eighth canto, ninth canto, 10th canto. We're in the 11th canto, Mukti. That's the subject matter. And we have heard about the setting the scene of for the disappearance of Yadu dynasty that we have heard. And then after that, Maharaj Nimi, King Nimi, with the Maharaj Nimi, with those nine Navayogendras. Thank you. Maharaj Nimi with the Navayogendras, the 9 Yogendras that we have heard. And after that, we are starting to hear Uddhava Gita. In the Uddhava Gita, 24 gurus. We have heard that. Now, after that, we heard the sequence, right? How the flow is going. Just by the knowledge and logic, we will not be able to understand the absolute reality. So Lord Krishna wanted to speak about bhakti. But before speaking bhakti, the Lord has to address all the jivas with different kind of desires. Yeah, starting from full material desires, mixed desires to just bhakti. So in order to address all these jivas, the Lord started speaking about the first category was karmakanda, where all the jivas are only about bhoga pravritti, that is the material desires. And after that is the mixed jivas. It's like there is some taste for enjoyment of material energy, and also they want to please the Lord. So that is varnashrama dharma in that category. Yeah. So that varnashrama dharma will be discussed in detail today. It was just touch based there, but today we will be hearing in detail about varnashrama dharma, how all the jivas in different varna and ashrama, in what way are they gradually taken to bhakti, that we will hear today, varnashrama dharma. Okay. And also we will hear about Uddhava asks about the different opulences of the Lord. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asks the same thing to the Lord, right? To please enumerate in what ways that the Lord is present in the universe. Yeah. To that question, Lord Krishna answered in Bhagavad Gita the same question Uddhava asked in here. So we will be hearing about the opulences of the Lord. That's the first topic. And the second topic is Varnashrama. Varnashrama, we will hear in detail. And after that, after hearing about Varnashrama Dharma, Uddhava asked this question. Oh Lord, again, is there some common definition that you can give to certain important things in the creation so everybody can follow, even if they're devotees or not devotees? So would you please give a common definition to the important aspects, important aspects in life? So that is the third topic. It's beautiful, dear devotees. That. And the fourth one, the last one is, again, Lord Krishna has to say about the 3 paths, karma, jnana, and bhakti, and show how bhakti is superior. So the Lord has done that before. After doing that, This session is starting now, starting from the opulences. Remember in the last session, we have heard about Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Karma, Jnana, Ashtanga, Bhakti Yoga. We have heard that all. Heard about Ashtanga Yoga and the Siddhis also. So it's almost like it is done. But now we will see like it is a kind of a little reinforcement and little repetition of what we have heard, because Uddhava touches the same topics from a different aspect. So in that way, the flow is like this today. First, it's the opulences. Second is Varnashrama Dharma. Third is the common definitions. And fourth is how in the three paths of spiritual pursuit, Bhakti is superior. These are the four topics, dear devotees, we will hear today. So going to the PowerPoint. Yeah, I think we can go ahead. Opulences. Lord Krishna also says the same thing when Uddhava asked this question. Oh Lord, can you please tell how you are all pervading and what your opulences are in this world? Then Lord Krishna says, the same question was asked by Arjuna, and I had to speak Bhagavad Gita. And you are asking this very question, Uddhava. So apparently, this Uddhava Gita was after Bhagavad Gita. But Lord Krishna left, right? Yeah, again, this the Lord comes in every Mahayuga, right? In every Dwapara Yuga. So in one Manvantara, there are 71 Divya Yugas. So Bhagavad Gita is eternal, and Lord Krishna has been speaking this to Arjuna again and time and again and again. Okay. So Lord Krishna is said the same thing. Oh, Uddhava, yes. Arjuna asks the same thing, same question. And I described that in Bhagavad Gita. And now, yes, I am going to enumerate all those to you. Okay, Uddhava? Yes. And here one thing, dear devotees, Uddhava says this. This is beautiful. Oh Lord, please tell me of the perfections. Actually, you are situated in all superior and inferior creations. Like superior creation, Hamsa Avatar, Narsingha Avatar, they are considered kind of superior. And Bor, Varaha Avatara is kind of considered inferior. Yeah, from a Apara Vichara. But the point to be noted is, Uddhava is saying, you are situated in all superior and inferior creation, and your potencies, they are manifest in all directions. This is inconceivable, dear devotees. Because of the spell of duality, what we tend to think is, we have some fixed kind of thinking that certain things will come in only in certain way. Yeah. If the help has to come, it has to come only through this way and only through this time. Like that. We tend to think in a very fixed way. But the Lord is present everywhere at all times in all directions and can utilize anything around us, anything within us, anybody around us at any time to interact with us. To interact with us. He is all powerful, all pervading. Over all, he is all merciful. So his mercy comes from all directions, from all directions. In a way we can comprehend, and in a way we cannot comprehend. But it is his mercy and mercy only at all times in different direction, in and out, whether we can comprehend or not. When we think like that, which is the reality, that is the reality. When we don't think like that, that is illusory. That is condition. But when we think like this, which is the reality, then there is not much of anxiety, there is not much of sadness, there's not much of fear. Not much of fear. It's just the perception. Just the perception. Perception of the Lord. Perception of the Lord, His glory, His mercy. That changes everything. Yeah. So, yeah. Mm. And so Lord Krishna, he starts to enumerate all the opulences. See, he gives these examples. And when he gives these examples, what it means is, dear devotees, that he is making his presence very conspicuous in this particular person or in this particular chara or achara, living entity or non-living entity. The Lord is making his presence very conspicuous and accessible to us. For example, like in the mountain, I am the steadiness, says the Lord. Then we have an opportunity to think, oh, the steadiness. Mm. And the opportunity, whenever we see things around, people around, Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvancha mai pashyati. In order for that to happen, the Lord is enumerating so much. If you look at the sun, think of me. When you drink the water, think of me. I am the sweetness there. And when you look at the mountain, think of the steadiness within that as me. And when you eat, think of me because I am the fire in that digestion. Like that. He has enumerated so much, the Lord, to facilitate our thinking about Him in this material world. Wherever we see either living entity or non-living entity outside, or whatever is happening within us, even if it is the pranavayu going in and out, we feel it. And even if it is the digestive juices in the stomach, yeah, and when we eat, the digestion is happening, ample opportunity to think of Krishna. Think of Krishna, perceive Krishna. This is the body, this is the breath in and go, coming in and out, and the digestive juices present here, mountains around, sun there, moon there. Yeah. So like this, ample opportunity to think of the Lord, to see how He's present everywhere. Everywhere, and how His presence is very much conspicuous in certain personalities, moving or non-moving. So with this in mind, we will hear what the Lord is saying to Uddhava. Otherwise, it will feel like, okay, we read the list and what's the next topic? We will feel like that. But that's not what our purpose is. Our purpose is to be absorbed in the katha. So that is the relevance for us. When the enumeration of the Lord is going on one after the other, it's very nice thing for us to contemplate on that. So we'll go over the important ones. So among all the conscious entities, living entities, I am the super soul Uddhava, and among those who exert the control, I am the time Uddhava, and among all the subtle things, I am the spirit soul Uddhava. He's actually the super soul. But to say how the spirit soul is so subtle, and to emphasize on the subtlety aspect of the spirit soul, the Lord is saying, of all the subtle things, I am the spirit soul. Of all the Vedas, I am Brahma, because Brahma, through Brahma, the Vedas came out. You know, when the Lord, Tene Brahma Hridayadikave Muhyanti Yat Surayaha, when the Lord enlightened Brahma, and Brahma, from Brahma came out these Vedas, like that. So, and of all the modes, Uddhava, I am the equilibrium. That's the mode of goodness, right? In the modes, the mode of goodness. And of all the mantras, Uddhava, I am Omkara. And of all the sacred meters, Uddhava, I am Om Bhur-Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. That's Gayatri Mantra. And of all the Brahmanas, I am Bhrigu. And of all the Rudras, I am Shiva. And of all the demigods, I am Indra. Of all the serpents, I am Vasuki. Of all the elephants, I'm Airavata. And amongst all the demons, so-called demons, I am Prahalada. Prahalada is a Govinda Parirambita. As soon as Prahalada comes in the Katha, this inevitably reminds us of Haridasa Thakura. And such common qualities in both of them, Prahlad Maharaj and Haridasa Thakura. Govinda Parirambita. That is the world of Bhagavatas. And of all the things that give heat and illumination, I am sun Uddhava. And of all the metals, I am gold Uddhava. And of all the animals, I am lion Uddhava. And of all the occupational duties, occupational divisions, I am Brahmana Uddhava. And of all the social orders, the ashramas, I am the renounced order Sannyasa Uddhava. O Uddhava, of all the sacred flowing things, I am Ganga. And of all the steady bodies of water, I am Arnavam, ocean. Ocean, steadiness. And of all, here the example is, in the mountains, I am situated as steadiness. Yeah. And here, of all the steady bodies of water, I am the ocean. And of all the places, I am Himalayas, Uddhava. And amongst all the priests, I am Vasishta, Uddhava. O Uddhava, among all the purifying agents, I am the wind, the fire, the sun, the water, and speech. Wow, isn't that interesting? Speech is a purifier. Speech in the mode of goodness causes purification. That's beautiful. And speech in the mode of goodness is according to the Shastra. That's wonderful. Yeah. And of all the religious principles, I am renunciation. Oh, this is very beautiful. Of all the secrets, I am pleasant speech and silence. Pleasant speech and silence. Interesting, both of them combined together. Pleasant speech has such a potency. Pleasant speech and silence. And of all the seasons, I am spring. Of all the ages, O Uddhava, I am Satya Yuga. And of all the learned scholars, I am Sukracharya. We think, oh, Sukracharya is the teacher of demons. Yeah, that category is different. Of all the learned scholars, I am Sukracharya Uddhava. And of all the Kimpurishas, I am Hanuman. And of all the types of grass, I am Kusha grass. And of all the beautiful things, I am the lotus. And of all the oblations, I am ghee. And in the tolerance, I am present as forgiveness. So dear devotees, this is very wonderful. When we are being tolerant, we can think of this. In Uddhava Gita, Lord said, I am that forgiveness that you are experiencing now. I am forgiveness that you are exhibiting now. Yeah. And Amongst the devotees, I am the devotional activities. Bhakti. Among the bhaktas, I am bhakti. Among the apsarasas, I am purvachitti. And amongst the gandharvas, I am vishvavasu. And in the earth, I am present as fragrant aroma and steadiness. And in the water, as the sweet taste. Amongst all these brilliant things, O Uddhava, know that it is me that is present as sun. And amongst all the heroes, I am present as Arjuna. And in the devotees, he says, amongst all the devotees, I am present as Uddhava. He says that too. So I am Uddhava among the devotees. I am Arjuna amongst the heroes. I like that. So those are the few opulences, dear devotees. Vibhuti. Vibhuti yoga. So these are the vibhutis of the Lord. Yeah. So all these items with individual symptoms and steady conviction that results from this knowledge represent me, Uddhava. Such a majestic voice, huh? The Lord in Bhagavad Gita, when instructing Arjuna, and now in Uddhava Gita. It is me, Arjuna. It is me, Uddhava. And next comes, nothing whatsoever can exist without me, Uddhava. I am the basis of all living entities, gunas, mahatattva, and everything. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. That was in Bhagavad Gita. And here, after enumerating all this, the Lord is saying, Sankhyanam paramanunam kalena kriyate maya natadame vibhutinam srujato andani kotishaha. Andani kotishaha. Sankhyanam paramanunam kalena kriyate maya. Oh, Uddhava, if you want to count the paramanu, the atoms in this material world, kalena kriyate maya, as long as you can count, you may count all the atoms in this material world, Uddhava. Natadame vibhutinam srujato andani kotishaha. But you will never be able to count my opulences. Even I cannot. Natadame vibhutinam. Even I cannot count my vibhutis, srijato andani kotishaha, that are present in these innumerable material universes. The Lord Krishna is saying to Uddhava, even I cannot count, Uddhava, my vibhutis. Infinite, infinite, such opulent, powerful Lord. And the Lord is continuing. He's saying, Tejashrir kirtiraishwaryam hrishthyaga shaubhagam bhagaham saubhagam bhagaham viryam titaksha vijnanam yatra yatra same asmasakham. Tejashrir kirtir aishwaryam. Tejas. Teja is Shakti. Shri, beauty. Kirti. Kirti is being famous. Yashas. Aishwaryam, opulences. Hrish is humility. Tyaga is renunciation. Saubhagam, that's pleasant to the mind and senses. Bhaga is auspiciousness. Viryam is, the Viryam is the strength. Titiksha is the tolerance. Vijnanam, realized knowledge. All of them, oh, Uddhava, wherever and whoever you see these things, Uddhava, know that it is me. I am just pervading the whole material universe. A single fragment of mine is pervading the whole material universe reflecting my opulences. The same thing, Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said to Arjuna, and to the same thing to Uddhava too. So what to speak of? What to speak of my vibhutis, Uddhava? Even I myself cannot count them. One may be able to count the atoms in this material world, but I myself cannot count the vibhutis that I have. So in this way, Lord Krishna enumerates few of his vibhutis, opulences in this world. Yeah. So in this way, the Lord is giving us ample opportunities to think of him. Wherever we look around, wherever our vision falls upon, inside us, outside us. So that's the first topic. And the second one is the Varnashrama Dharma, Varnashrama system. So this topic has come again because Uddhava was asking, how can all human beings, including those in Varnashrama, means they are mixed jivas. In other words, they want to enjoy also materially, but they also accept the superiority of the Lord and want to please him. That's why they are mixed jivas. So Uddhava was asking, how can they get to bhakti, please, Krishna? Even those jivas also in Varnashrama Dharma, in Varnashrama system. Would you please speak elaborately regarding the Varnashrama? Then Lord Krishna says, okay, Uddhava, now let's go. This is about Varnashrama. I am going to speak to you in detail about the 4 Varnas and the 4 ashramas. But before that, oh Uddhava, please know that in Satya Yuga, there was only one class called Hamsa. There are no 4 Varnas, there are no 4 ashramas. It was only one social class called Hamsa. Why like that? Because in Satya Yuga, every jiva was so pure that they were naturally meditating upon the Lord that is present in the heart. And that's why there were no other separate sacrifices that are meant for that yuga. It was just the meditation of the Lord in the heart. And that's why Ashtanga Yoga was the way of self-realization in Satya Yuga. Why like that? Because all of them were so pure. Dharma was standing on 4 legs. All of them were so pure, starting from the Brahmana to so-called Sudra. Everybody were just meditating upon the Lord in the heart. So there was only one social class, Hamsa, at that time. Yeah. And the Veda was expressed as Om. There was no need for the delineation of Vedas. In the Om has 3 parts. A, O, Om. In that 3 parts, there are Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana, Jnana. There is the Bhagavan, the Jiva, and the Bhakti Devi, Srimati Radharani. All of them, they are present in Om. And it is said that Hare Krishna Mahamantra is also in the Om. There is no difference, basically. Lord Krishna says, I am Om, the Pranava mantra. That's Lord Krishna in the Om. And Hare Krishna Mahamantra also, it's Lord Krishna. But in Satya Yuga, yes, it was just all they needed to have is they could decipher everything that they need or everything about the absolute reality in just that pranava mantra, Om. And they could simply, very naturally, meditate upon the Lord in the heart. That's Satya Yuga, Kruta Yuga. And after that, then the Lord, after this, these 3 Vedas had to come out from this Om, the Treta, from the Treta Yuga. That is Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Adharva Veda. It came a little later, but these 3 are the primary ones that came. And the 4 ashramas and the 4 varnas, they came into existence. Atah pumbirvijasreshta varnashrama vibhagasaha swanushtitasya dharmasya samsiddher haritoshanam. That's the principle of varnashrama. That varnashrama in third chapter Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna also says the same thing. The Daivi Varnashrama, I am the basis of the Daivi Varnashrama. Why like that? Because each jiva has their own natural tendency, has natural inclination. Some are naturally inclined to be peaceful and to teach and tolerant. Some are naturally inclined to manage the things, to be very bold and protective. Some are naturally inclined to just accumulate a little more than needed. That is Vaishyas. And some are naturally just inclined only to be subordinate and serve, and not so much inclined to manage anything, not so much inclined to study and teach anything. So that is the Sudra category. So based upon the inclination of each jiva, the jiva is placed in that particular category. If a jiva is inclined to teach and has the natural qualities of tolerance and austerity, then that particular jiva is Brahmana. It's not that whoever is born in the Brahmana family are Brahmanas. That is not like that. That is caste system, perverted system. But Daivi Varnashrama is whatever the propensity of the jiva is, according to the propensity, the jiva is placed in one of those categories of Varna. That's why, see in the story of Parashurama, right? Because of his propensity, he had a Kshatriya propensity, though he was born in the Brahmana family. So that's why he was a Kshatriya, though born in a Brahmana family. And there are many sons of our, the 100 sons. Bharata, King Bharata's father, right? Rishabhadeva. So for him, there are about 100 sons, but each of them, they had different inclinations. So based on their inclinations, either they became Paramahamsa or Kshatriyas or Brahmanas or Karmakandis, like that. So based on the inclination of the soul, that soul is placed in one of the Varnas. That is Daivi Varna. And what is Ashrama? Ashrama is, in the life cycle of a human being, the first initial stage is the Brahmacharya. And then after that, Grihastha. Yeah, if a person wants to get married. Yeah. And then when it is time to just detach from this material world, then the time of Vanaprastha starts. After 50 is Vanaprastha, dear devotees. 50 and from 50 for us, all of us who are in 50, it is the time for Vanaprastha, actually. And after Vanaprastha is Sannyasa. So these are the four ashramas, yeah, the social divisions. But one can directly grow from, actually, we will hear it again anyway in details about this, but these are the four ashramas. Now we will hear in detail about each varna and each ashrama. And before that, the Lord Krishna is saying how they are not that one varna is superior than the other, but it has its own significance. Like in this case, the Brahmanas are considered as face and Sudras are considered as legs. A society can be without legs but cannot be without face. You see, face is important, legs are also important. So a guiding force and enlightening force is important in a society. That's why the Brahmanas are considered to be foremost. Yeah, because the purpose of the human life is the enlightenment. like that. So in the Lord's body, Brahmanas are considered face, Kshatriyas are arms, Vaishyas are thighs, Sudras are legs. And that is Varnas. It means the inclination of the soul, natural inclination of the soul according to that. Those are the Varnas. Ashramas are different social divisions. Grihasthas, Brahmacharis are heart, Grihasthas are loins, and Vanaprastha chest, Sannyasi head. Okay. This thing, dear devotees, this Varnashrama, this topic, what we will do is, the first topic, we have nicely savored it. The second topic, Varnashrama, we will touch base, whatever is needed. Otherwise, we'll just touch base. That is what's needed, important points. So we have heard 4 Varnas, 4 Ashramas. The qualities of a Kshatriya. If a person has good bodily strength, has great determination, showing heroism, and wanting to save people, want to be a hero, then he has Kshatriya. He is said to be having Kshatriya qualities. And if somebody is naturally peaceful and self-controlled, has inclined to being clean, austere, and naturally satisfied. Dear devotees, naturally satisfied. For all the second initiated devotees, the Brahman initiated devotees, this is an important thing. Naturally satisfied. And they're peaceful. Peaceful, naturally satisfied. And they are kind. And they have devotion to me. that is the key. That's the key. Devotion to the Lord. And they are satisfaction. Actually, satisfaction in the mode of goodness, satisfaction is said to be the sattva of the mind. Satisfaction. Sattva of the mind is satisfaction. We just heard sattva of the speech is pleasant, beneficial. And sattva of the mind is satisfaction. Yeah. So that's Brahmana, Kshatriyas. Vaishyas, yes, they have faith in Vedic civilization, but at this point, perpetually desiring to accumulate more money. If anyone of us have a little inclination of, I want to have a good business, I want to get more profits, it's okay. It's okay. And that can be utilized for Krishna, but that's the is the mentality of a Vaishya. Nothing wrong or right. Everything can be utilized for the service of the Lord. And Sudras, they serve without duplicity, without any ego. Sudras, they just humbly serve all the classes, especially the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas. And they are satisfied with whatever income that comes. Yeah. They are not very enthused to use their brains or to use their strength or to do the business. So that category is called Sudras. In this day and age, Kali Yuga, almost all of us, our birth is Sudras. But with the grace of Srila Prabhupada, we are being purified. So those are the 4 varnas, and the other one is out of the varna, uncategorized. Kirata, Punandra, Pulinda, Pulkasha. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami. He mentions all these different tribes of outcasted tribes. Why are they outcast? Because they're dirty. Let's hear why they're outcast. Because they're dirty, they're not honest, they don't have faith, they always quarrel, they have lust, anger, and hankering. These are outcast people. If that is the case, 98% of the Kali Yuga actually falls in this category, right? So those are the different varnas. And now coming to the ashramas. Brahmachari and sannyasi, those are nice. We have some points there actually. So, brahmachari ashram, the duties of brahmachari. Yeah, the duties are there, the dress is there, these details are there. But the whole point about brahmachari ashram is the brahmachari, the primary requisite and qualification and the duty of a brahmachari is Acharyam mam vijaniyan navamanyeta karhichitam namatya buddhya suyeta sarvadeva mayo guru. You know, like the chief lakshana of a devotee is sharanagati, that we hear, right? The chief symptom of a devotee is sharanagati. Sharanagati bhakta mukhya lakshana. Like that, what is the mukhya lakshana of a brahmachari or a student? The mukhya lakshana of a student is to see that Acharya mam vijaniyan. Oh Uddhava, the student should see the Acharya, his guru, as my very own self. Acharya mam vijaniyan. Understand that the Acharya is me. Nava manyeta karhichit. None other than me, Uddhava. Namatya buddhya suyeta sarvadeva mayo guru. Don't think just because he looks like a human being and he is in the mortal body, do not think that you are in a mortal body and he is in a mortal body too. So don't tend to think about that Acharya in your own terms. That is Martya Buddhi. Asuya is in the sense you bring down the Acharyas to your level of thought. And you try to fit the Acharyas in your thinking, in your conditional thinking. That's why you don't understand the Acharyas. That's Martya Buddhya Asuyeta. Na Martya Buddhya Asuyeta. You don't do that. Because Sarvadeva Mayo Guruhu, this Guru is the abode of all the demigods. This is what Lord Krishna is speaking to Uddhava regarding the Acharya. This is why Acharya Upasana is little difficult for us. We tend to bring down their vision, their perception, their world to our world. And what happens with that? We don't find any difference. We don't find any change. We just feel like those are the words only. Why? Because we tend to bring them down to us to fit in our understanding. That shouldn't be the case. Acharyas are not meant for that. Acharya Vani is not meant for that. Acharya Vani is meant to take complete shelter with all submission, so we may be picked up and placed in their world. That is Acharya Mam Vijaniyan. So that's what Lord Krishna says to Uddhava. So this is the prerequisite of a student, to see Acharya as the Lord himself. When we see like this, dear devotees, every bit of it that is given to us in bhakti is by these Acharyas. It means directly from Krishna. This means how are we going to treat it? How will we relish it and cherish it? Right? So what kind of place are we giving to Acharyas? Are we bringing them down to our level and try to fit them in our thinking and understanding? Or are we just simply submitting to them so they can take us to their understanding, to their world? So that is the prerequisite of a student. And based on that prerequisite, the rest of the things are prescribed. It's not like this is a list. This is how a student should think. Student should think that the guru is the representative of Krishna. So students should think like that, and students should walk behind the guru, and students should just sleep down when the guru is sleeping on the bed, and students should always be available to guru, so he can be of some help to him. And it's not like that. External doings are understanding, realizing the significance of that personality. So we can read this as a list that students should walk behind him, students should lie down nearby, students should sit near him, students should stand with folded hands for Guru's order. Why should we do that? This is our thinking. Oh, we should do this. Why should we do this? Oh, I don't feel like doing this. This is our conditional platform. But the reality is this. Acharyam mam vijaniyan. That's the reality. So when we realize that reality, what would we automatically do? We walk behind him. We stay close by him so we can be of some service when needed. And we fold our hands with utmost respect because he's Acharya Mam Vijaniya. Like that. That's Brahmachari or the student. So that's Brahmachari ashram. And during that time, a Brahmachari, after getting the training with the Guru, from Guru, he has two options. One is to go to a Grihasthashram or to continue to stay as Brahmachari. If they decide to go to Grihasthashram, they are called Upakurvana Brahmachari. Okay, so they can go to Grihasthashram, they can get married, and according to their natural inclination, either they will be Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, or Vaishyas. I don't think Shudras go to the Gurukul. Yeah. So, like that. And that is Upakurvana Brahmachari. And the other Brahmachari who decides to continue to dedicate his life for the Vedic studies and worship of the Lord is Naishtik Brahmachari, doesn't enter into the Grihastha. So, Naishtik Brahmachari, there are more details in it, but we'll just touch base the important thing. So Naishtik Brahmachari is dedicated to the worship of the Lord. And this is so beautiful, dear devotees. Worship me as the super soul. The Lord is speaking to Uddhava. As I appear within fire, the spiritual master, one's own self, and all living entities. What does that remind us of? Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mayi pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sachame na pranashyati. So one who is determined to continue to dedicate his life to worship the Lord. This is the form. This is how they worship the Lord. Worshipping as super soul, as one who is present in all living entities and one's own self, and worshipping the spiritual master, and of course appearing within fire. So that's beautiful things about student Brahmachari. And coming to Grihastha, well, once one comes to Grihastha according to their inclination, of course, they can be a household Brahmana, household Kshatriya, household Shudra, like that. And okay. That's Grihastha, not a lot. But the function of the Grihastha is to give the Grihasthas, they give alms, they give charity. When the sannyasis, they worship and serve the sannyasis. That is one of the important roles of Grihastha ashrama. And some information here is a Brahmana who is a Brahmana can sometimes, okay, we'll give an example. This will be easy. In the past too, the Brahmana becoming a Kshatriya. You know, this Drona Kripacharya. Yeah. A Brahmana can take up the occupation of a Kshatriya in the emergency situation. In other words, if there is a need for livelihood or in an emergency situation, a Brahmana can play a role of Kshatriya or a Vaishya. And a Kshatriya can play a role of a Brahmana or a Vaishya. But a Vaishya cannot be a Kshatriya or a Brahmana. A Vaishya can be a Sudra. And a Sudra cannot be any of those, Vaishya, Kshatriya, or Brahmana. This is just a piece of information. And it's just that they don't have the qualification to perform those duties. It's not that you cannot do that. It's because a Vaishya cannot be a Kshatriya. A Vaishya cannot be a Brahmana. Somebody whose thought is always in the mode of how can I accumulate more? What can he speak about Brahmagnana? He cannot like that. So that's about some emergency duties that can be done. And yeah, this is one good thing, dear devotees, for all of us, yeah, for the householders. All the householders, Lord Krishna is speaking to Uddhava, he's saying, the association of family is just like the brief meeting of travelers. A liberated soul in the Grihastha should live at home just like a guest, without proprietorship or false ego. Thus, he will not be bound. And Putradharapta bandhunam angama panta sangamaha anudeham vijanti swapno nidranugo yadha. This is calling for detachment. Detachment and calling for let go the proprietorship in Grihastha. So this is pertinent to all of us, dear devotees. Yeah. We are travelers meeting for a brief period of time, and we should not be attached to this body, and there should not be undue attachment to the body or anything related to the body. That's the message from Uddhava Gita. And next comes the Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha is time to let go. And Vanaprastha is not easy if Grihastha is not led like this. One thing that the Shastra urges and reminds us time and again is to treat this place as a temporary place, dear devotees. It's a huge relief for us. And that's the reality. This is a temporary place for us. A temporary place. And there is brief association with the people around that we are meeting. And this is a temporary place. Our thoughts, when they are on that note that this is a temporary place and our eternal place is the spiritual realm, when our perception is on that platform, then miseries don't come to us close, because that's the reality. This is a temporary place. And this is why we sing in the morning prayers too, that reminding us who we are and where we belong to. Everything else is so temporary. And we tend to give so much of weightage and significance to what we go through in this temporary place, with this temporary body, with this temporary mind. We attach so much of weight and seriousness to that. They come, they go. Deha dharma will happen. Manodharma will happen. Yeah. don't have to attach so much of seriousness and weightage to that. Our focus and our occupation is just the Atma Dharma. To go back to where we belong, to be on the platform of reality. Okay, so that's detached householder. When we lead the life like that, yeah, Vanaprastha is physically making the arrangements to get ready to go to where we belong to. And then comes life of sannyasa. Yeah, life of sannyasa. Yes, there are dressing codes of what to wear and what to do. Yeah, all these are there. All these are there. But what is sannyasa? A beautiful, beautiful definition is here. Sannyasa means, okay, according to the Uddhava Gita, sannyasi means completely detached from this world. Okay, and the begging, eating habits, yes, all of them are there. But important things are sannyasi is completely detached from this world and carries danda. Avoid useless speech, avoiding useless activities, controlling the life air. That is sannyasa. And travel with sense control, no attachment, be enthusiastic, satisfied, and stay alone. See with equal vision and steady in spiritual platform. Is that all possible? This sannyasi is possible when a grihastha life is led like this. So one can become a sannyasi after the grihastha life directly, or grihastha life, vanaprastha, and then sannyasi. This is not so much about the dress code outside, what to do, what not to do outside. If we notice that, dear devotees, it is very much about how they are leading their life. If in the grihastha ashrama, if they are leading that life of, this is, with that vision of, this is a brief meeting with the people around, and this is my temporary place. If the grihastha ashrama is led like that, then they will easily be a natural sannyasis, even if they don't meet the criteria of the dress code. Then they are sannyasis, they are renunciants, right? Like that. Okay. And that is all from Uddhava Gita about different, Paramahamsa. Paramahamsa is beyond these ashramas. Paramahamsa is like, they lost touch with this material body and the material proceedings of this world. So they just behave like a child. They are very expert, but they look stunted. They are very learned, but they just babble. They know the restrictions, but they behave in an unrestricted way. This is reminding me of Nityananda Ram. So, this is very wonderful, dear devotees. Behavior with others. These are very nice. They are never frightened, and they don't frighten others. Yasman no dvijate loka, loka no dvijate chaha. That is, they don't disturb, they don't get disturbed. Here, Paramahamsas, they are never frightened, and they don't frighten others, and they tolerate criticism, but they never criticize. They never express negative opinion to anyone. They don't have any negative opinion to anyone in first place. And they're never violent for sake of material body. Those are the Paramahamsas. Okay. And finally, winding down. So all these people belonging to different varnas, the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Sudras in different ashramas, all of them, Atah Pumbir Dvijasreshta Varnashrama Vibhakashah Swa Anushtitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshnam. when they perform their dharma, their occupation in a way that it is samsiddhir haritoshanam, pleasing to Lord Hari, then they are gradually on their path of bhakti. Samsiddhir haritoshanam. So in this way, when they do their occupation in a way that is pleasing to the Lord, they will be heading towards bhakti. Though they are in varnashrama, gradually they will be heading towards bhakti. That is the answer of Lord Krishna to Uddhava of how this varnashrama, people in this varnashrama can get to bhakti. Okay, so that's about varnashrama. This is good. And finally, dear devotees, oh yeah, actually there's a list. Yeah, the angas of bhakti is there and standard definitions. Yeah, we are getting there. Okay, we will go to this. Yeah, we will go to this. The next topic. The second topic. The third topic is, can you please give some standard definitions for universal aspects of a civilized life? Uddhava is asking this question because he has asked questions from different perspectives. He asked about Varnashrama Dharma, Varnashrama system. And now he's asking, okay, what if there are souls who wants to be only material enjoyment, maybe a little bit of bhakti, maybe not bhakti at all, or maybe they want to follow logic and maybe they want to do Sankhya. There are different categories of people, different souls, different desires. Maybe if there is one standard definition that all these souls can follow, that will be very nice for them. So Krishna, would you please give a standard definition for some universal aspects for all the people to live a civilized life? So I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask for those definitions. Krishna, would you please give? So he asks the definitions for all these. They are actually beautiful, dear devotees. Each one of them is good. I think we have time. Yeah. Because the last one doesn't take too much. So these are the questions Uddhava is asking. These are nice, very nice. And look at the answers of Bhagavan. They are very beautiful. So Uddhava is asking, what is Yama? What is Niyama? These are all very good. All of them, they belong to Sattva. Yeah, just concised them. Okay. Yama and Niyama, rules and regulations. And please note here, the satisfaction and service to the spiritual master is also there. And this is in response. This answer is in response to universal aspects, not just bhakti. Service to the spiritual master is an universal aspect. Okay, Yama Niyama. And now, yes, these are quick ones and beautiful ones. We can hear. Uddhava is asking, what is equilibrium, Krishna? Absorbing the intelligence in me, Uddhava. What is self-control, Krishna? Complete discipline of the senses, Uddhava. What is tolerance, Krishna? Tolerance means patiently enduring suffering, Uddhava. What is determination, Krishna? Steadfastness means conquering the tongue and genitals. Vacho Vegam, all the Vegas. So controlling the Vegas is determination, controlling the urges. What is charity, Krishna? Supreme charity is to give up aggression towards others. Wonderful. No aggression. Give up aggression. Give up that aggressive mentality. Charity is to give up. So give up the aggressive mentality. What is austerity, Krishna? Real austerity is renunciation of enjoyment. Enjoying tendency. So Ekadasi is a very good time for this real austerity at different levels. What is heroism, Krishna? Heroism is to conquer one's natural tendency to enjoy. What is reality, Krishna? Seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead everywhere. Oh. What is truth, Krishna? Truth is seeing all beings as oneself in happiness or distress. What is cleanliness, Krishna? Cleanliness is detachment from material actions. Whoa. Not expecting the result. Don't get dirty with the expectation of result. That is cleanliness. Oh, these definitions, these are Bhagavan's definitions. What is renunciation, Krishna? Renunciation is the sannyasa order of life. Sannyasa is complete detachment, right? And what is respectable wealth, Krishna? The respectable wealth for human beings is possessing dharma. And we know we have nitya dharma. What is sacrifice, Krishna? I, Swayam Bhagavan, I am the sacrifice. And what is religious remuneration, Krishna? Religious remuneration, the dakshina is informing friends after a festival of one's realization of bliss. Wow. Dakshina is informing the festival. That's realization of bliss. That's considered dakshina. And what is strength, Krishna? The greatest strength is the pranayama, controlling of the air, complete control of the pranavayu. And what is opulence, Krishna? My own nature as the personality of Godhead, through which I exhibit the 6 unlimited opulences. That is why he's called Bhagavan, full in 6 opulences. What is profit, Krishna? Profit or gain means gaining bhakti. What is best education, Krishna? Knowledge is nullifying what is not Atma in the Jiva. That's Jnana. Yeah. And what is modesty, Krishna? Modesty is to be disgusted with improper activities. What is beauty, Krishna? Beauty is to possess good qualities such as detachment. Sadhava sadhu bhushanam. Those good qualities are beauty. Oh, this is beautiful. What is happiness, Krishna? Happiness is to transcend material happiness and unhappiness. So maybe Uddhava was asking, what is Susukham, Krishna? Then that's transcending Sukha and Dukkha, Harsha and Marsha. And what is misery, Krishna? Misery is to be implicated in searching for sex pleasure. That's the greatest misery. These are very nice. Very tempted to read all these things, dear devotees, but we need a little time to do the last topic. But these are really good. Rich man. Who is rich man? Who is enriched with good qualities? Who is poor man? One who is unsatisfied in life is actually poor. Not one who doesn't have money, but not who doesn't have satisfaction. He's poor. Wretched person. A wretched man is one who cannot control the senses. And who is the actual controller? Who is not attached to sense enjoyment. Who is a slave? One who attaches himself to sense gratification. What is hell? Hell is the predominance of ignorance. What is heaven? Predominance of sattva. And we will end with this one. Who is true friend? Uddhava is asking. Krishna, can you please say who is true friend? I and the Guru are the real friends, Uddhava. Those are the answers of Bhagavan. Bhagavan Shri Krishna to Uddhava. So, dear devotees, After that, then Lord Krishna says, Uddhava, you have asked too many things from too many different aspects, and we don't have to elaborate much on this, Uddhava. Let's come to this straight topic. Now, I'm going to summarize. Uddhava, almost one last time. See, there are three paths. If somebody has to come to Bhagavan, to me, there are three paths. That's karma, jnana, and bhakti. And to even more summarize that, the karma is, these jivas have lot of inclination to do action, karma, karma, karma. They have to do. They have desires and they have to do. That's karma. It means they are very much attached. Jnana is, I don't want to do anything and I don't want any result. Karma is, I want to do this and I want to have the result. Example is like Varnashrama Dharma. See, for example, a king. Yeah. If the king is doing karma yoga, he wants to manage. He wants to do the administration. Yeah. He wants to protect the country, but he also wants fame. So he wants to protect the country, but he also wants fame. This is sa kama, karma. He's performing the karma as a king. But there is sa kama, there is a desire. I want fame. That is karma. Sa kama karma. All the Varnashrama, in the Varnashrama system, the king wants the fame, but he also protects. That is karma. And jnana is, I don't want the kingdom. I don't want the fame. I want to go to the forest and just eat roots and stay in meditation. That is jnana. Jnana is, I will not do the action. I don't want the fruit. And bhakti is, they don't say, I will not do the action. See in the example of this king. Yeah, like Prithu Maharaj. They don't mind ruling the kingdom, but they don't do it for fame. They do it because it is their dharma and they see it as a service to the Lord. That is bhakti. So, if a king is in bhakti, it is like Prithu Maharaj. And if somebody wants to just not do anything, not want to be king or not do any action and not want any fruit, then they just go to the forest. That is jnana path. And the karma path is, they will do the administration. They will rule the kingdom, but they also want prestige. That is karma. These are the three things. So, how can karma, the people in Sakama come to bhakti? We just heard that. The Sakama is all Varnashrama Dharma. The king can rule, but rule in a way that the Supreme Lord is satisfied. Yes, you can enjoy the fame, but rule in a way that the Supreme Lord is satisfied. And over a period of time, when this king is purified, and when he gets the association of the pure devotees, then he will come to bhakti. In that way, the karma people, the people in Sakama karma will come to bhakti. And for those jnana, those who are in jnana, Lord Krishna says that the culmination of the jnana is to give up the jnana and take shelter of me. That also Lord Krishna says. Okay. The jnana should be utilized for neti, to see everything that is not spiritual. Jnana should be utilized like that. And once one is established on the platform of neti, it is once everything that is not spiritual is excluded, then the jnani should even renounce that knowledge and take shelter of me. In this way, the jnana person also comes to bhakti. So, even though there are these three paths, ultimately they have to come to bhakti to reach Bhagavan. Okay. And this we have already discussed. And now that's why Bhagavan is explaining about bhakti. And this is beautiful, dear devotees, pertinent to us, and it's quick. So here, the Lord is explaining about the importance of human body, number one. Number two, this is very nice, the comparison of the human body. And the other thing is the glories of bhakti and bhakta. That's all. A little thing, but very nice. So what is this? Human body. See, those human bodies is our body. Yeah, this is about us, about the body that we have, dear devotees. This is the body that all the residents in the Swargaloka and the residents in the hell, all of them are waiting to get into this body. They want this human body. Why like that? Because this body is very optimal. It doesn't have too much of pain as to lose consciousness as it happens in the lower, in the hellish planetary systems. Because when the body is constantly being fried, what can that soul think of spirituality? Cannot. Yeah. So this human body doesn't have so much of pain as the bodies in the hellish planets have. And this human body is not designed to so much of sukha, happiness, as in the Swargaloka. Even that is a problem. If we have the capacity to enjoy so much as in the Swargaloka, like Indra Chandra, drinking all that Somarasa, one would forget God. So that is the greatest danger. So that's why they don't want to be in that bodies. They are waiting for this human body. This Pancha Mahabhutas are very optimally put. The proportion is very optimally put in this human body. In upper planetary systems, the Bhumirapo Ranalo Vayu, the earth element is not there. In Swargaloka residents, they don't have too much of earth element. They don't have too much of water element. They have more of other elements. We have more of earth and water element in this human body. This is very precious because transcendental knowledge is achieved and love of Godhead is easily achieved through this human body. When the soul comes into this human body and makes use of this human body, this is the portal of entry to the spiritual world. And there are, and that's why the Lord is saying, don't neglect this human body. Take advantage of this before the death comes. And also, do not be attached to this body. You should be so detached to this body as a bird happily flies from one tree to the other tree when the tree is being destroyed by a woodcutter. So, you should make use of this human body and you should be that much detached that you should be happily let it go when it is time to leave the body. And again, this human life is very short duration. Understanding death takes away life as day and night. One should be alert and seek Lord's shelter. So beautiful. These words are really awakening. These are the words of Shastra, of Bhagavan. So that's human body. And now, this is a beautiful comparison. Nrideham adyam sulabham sudurlabham plavam sukalpam guru karnadharam mayanukulena nabasva itaretam puman bhavadbhim nataret sa atmaha. Nrudeham adyam sulabham sudurlabham. Nrudeham, this deham of human body. Adyam sulabham. Adyam sulabham is, it is easily gotten by the law of karma. In other words, if a soul is qualified to get this human body, then by the law of karma, they will get into this human body. But at the same time, sudurlabham, not everybody gets that qualification to enter into this human body. Plavam, sukalpam, gurukarnadharam. And this human body is like a boat. And Guru Karnadharam, Guru is like the captain for this boat. Maya Anukulena Nabhasvateritam. Maya is Bhagavan. My Anukulena, favorable. Nabhasvateritam is favorable winds. And Puman Bhavadbim Nataret Sa Atmaha. Puman Bhavadbim. That person, Bhavadbim, this ocean of modes, Nataret, if not crossing over, Sa Atmaha, they are killing their soul. Lord Krishna is saying. So, this body is obtained when one is qualified to get into this human body. Great qualification is needed. That's why the Swargaloka, people from upper planetary systems, lower planetary systems, hellish planets, everybody is waiting for this to get into this human body. And it is Sudurlabham. It's rarely obtained. And this boat, this human body is a boat, while Guru is the captain, and I become the favorable winds to let the boat go from this shore to the other side. In other words, I let the boat go, cross over the ocean of material modes. So one who does not make use of this human body in this way is committing spiritual suicide. That's Lord Krishna saying to Uddhava. Nridehamatyam sulabham sudurlabham plavam sukalpam gurukarnadharam mayanukulena nabhasvetaritam puman bhavatbim natare saatmaha. Yeah. In this way, Lord Krishna, he now that he said how precious and durlabham human body is, and he said about Guru being the captain and the Lord being the favorable winds, now he's saying what happens in bhakti. Very crisply he says, this is our condition here. Lord Krishna says in the beginning stages of bhakti, their faith will be awakened in my katha, and they will be disgusted with material activities. They don't want really indulge into sense gratification, but they don't have that much strength also. They kind of yield in the beginning. Yeah. And they feel very sorry that they did that sense gratification. They repent, and it is a good repent, because that repent itself will purify them. So this happens in the beginning, but they must remain happy and continue to worship me, Lord Krishna is saying. And when they continue to do that, I would take away all their material desires, because how would all the material desires go away? That is, I know when there is a taste for the higher desires, the lower desires go away, right? So when somebody continues bhakti like that, yes, I will take away all their material desires. And in this way, when intelligent person constantly worships me, he's firmly situated. This is important, dear devotees. Again, this is a stage of Nishtha. When intelligent person constantly worship me, where is this intelligence coming from? For a devotee, it's sadhu, shastra. By holding on to sadhu and shastra, when that becomes our intelligence, and when our intelligence becomes bigger than our mind, then he's firmly situated. Then all the knot in the hearts are pierced. Doubts are cut to pieces, and their karma is terminated. And then my drishte akhila atmani bhidyate hridaya grandes chidyante sarva samshayaha shiyante chayasya karmani my drishte akhila atmani. Very nice. Very nice. So this is our journey, dear devotees. This is where our dear Lord, Guru and Krishna are trying to take us. We may be here, struggling a little bit, but the Lord is saying, no, 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 it's okay. You just remain happy and continue to worship me. And this is what is going to happen to you. Bhidyate hridayas grandes, all the knots in your heart will be cut, pierced. Chidyante sarva samshayaha. All your doubts, they will be chidyante, destroyed. Chidyante is cut. All the knots are pierced, the doubts are destroyed. Shiyante chayasya karmani, all your karma is gone. Mayi drishta kilatmani, you will be able to see me that is present in all the hearts of all the living entities. So this is awaiting us, dear devotees. This is the plan of Bhagavan, Guru and Krishna for us. So, in this way, the Lord is saying, bhakti is independent. Not that somebody has to have jnana, very knowledgeable, and not that they should renounce everything to get bhakti. No, 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 no. Just the association of a bhakta will inspire you so much that you don't want anything. Vairagya will come. And just the association of the bhakta will give you so much realized knowledge that it is more than the knowledge. That way, bhakti is independent. Bhakti sanjayate bhakti. All you need is a pure devotee that gives bhakti, and that bhakti can automatically give the jnana and vairagya. So, in this way, the Lord says, a devotee can achieve anything through bhakti. Bhakti is independent. Yat karma bhir yat tapasa jnana vairagya taschayat yogena dana dharmena shreyoperitarairapi sarvam mad bhakti yogena mad bhakto labate anjasam swargapavargam madhama kadachin yat vanchati. These are the words of Bhagavan. Yat karma bir yat tapasa. Any result that is obtained by karma or tapas, austerity or knowledge or renunciation or yoga or charity or dharma or any auspicious activities, sarvam mad bhakti yogena, everything can be obtained by loving devotional service to me. Mad bhakto labate anjasa, very easily obtained. The results of all those are very easily obtained just with a devotional service, loving devotional service to me. And for my devotees, Swarga, Apavarga, Madhama, if they want Swarga, no problem, they get it. If they want liberation, no problem, they get it. If they want Madhama, my abode, no problem, they will get it. Kadanchana yadi vanchati, whatever they desire, they can get it. That's the potency of devotional service. Everything can be obtained. That's all. That's it, dear devotees. For us today. So we'll summarize quickly just the words. In the beginning, so the very beginning, when we are talking about the opulences of the Lord, there we heard that the Lord's mercy is incomprehensible. It can come from any direction, at any time, through anybody, through anything. That we have heard. The opulences are there. Yeah, and the second thing, what we, from our perspective, yeah, all those opulences are to remind us. Ample opportunities for us to think of Krishna wherever we see, whoever we see, whatever we see, inside and out. Right? That's about the opulences of Bhagavan. Take home for us. And next comes about the Varnashrama. And that Varnashrama is about the Daivi Varnashrama that we have understood. And in that, how there are different parts of the body, the Virat Rupa that we have heard. And coming to different Varnas, the Brahmachari ashram. Very many things that we have learned primary, the prerequisite of brahmacharya student is to understand Acharya Mam Vijaniyan. So in that context, we have understood that when we completely give ourselves, subordinate ourselves, when we have this humble bent of mind within us, then we will be taken to the Vani of Acharya, world of Acharya. So that we have heard. Acharya Mam Vijaniyan, Brahmachari. And when we see the Acharya and Guru in the right perspective, then the external activities will follow automatically. It's not that we have to do like this, we should not do like this. It's not about should or should not. But when we realize their place, then everything else will automatically, we do that externally. So that's about the brahmachari. And then in grihastha, we heard about how this is brief interaction with the family members in this life, and how we should be detached to this body and everything related to the body, and should be able to happily give away as the bird happily flies to a different tree when the woodcutter starts cutting the tree that the bird is standing on. Those are wonderful things. And also in the household life, not to have that proprietorship. Yeah. So when the household life is spent like that, then one is ready for the vanaprastha and the sannyasa. And in the sannyasa, we saw how is a sannyasi? Because the sannyasi is dependent on the Lord. On the Lord, he is fearless. He is fearless and he is detached. Those things that we have heard. So that is brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa. Yeah. And after that, all those very wonderful, nice questions of Uddhava, and very authentic, majestic answers of the Lord that we have heard. And in the final section, the Lord says, okay, enough of this, Uddhava, now. Let me just come to the point. Let me briefly summarize and reinforce this to you. There are only 3 ways. Karma, Jnana, Bhakti, all of them has to come to Bhakti. And this is how they come. So I'll tell you about Bhakti. Initially, this is how you feel. Oh, I'll tell you about the Bhakti. But before that, this human body. How beautiful is that? The human body. Everybody is waiting to get into this human body. Because this is the portal of entry for realizing the transcendental knowledge and for the love of Godhead. And this human body is like a boat, and Guru is like the captain, and favorable winds are the instructions from Bhagavan. With this, one takes up bhakti and sadhana bhakti. Yes, there will be material attachment, but initially they will feel they repent for the sense gratification, and that repenting is purifying to them, and gradually they should continue to remain happy and worship me. The Lord is assuring us, for all of us in sadhana bhakti. And I will take away all these troubling material attachments they have. That is the root cause of their misery. I am Hari, I will take away. So after that, and then finally, these beautiful things will happen. Vidyate hridayasgante, hridaya grandis chidyante sarva samshaya, kshiyante chayasya karma, maidrishta kilatma. And the final words for this session are bhakti. Through bhakti, everything can be achieved. And devotee can go any way that he would like to. That's all. That's all, dear devotees. Thank you all so very much.